Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting Let's Play of Skyrim. I'm about to head off to this cave. I don't want to head into town. I know the game wants me to, but I don't want to head into town yet until my inventory's full. That way I have some good loot to sell. I'm at 233 out of 305, so I could probably do, this cave right over here. Pretty easy, actually. If I can make my way to it, that is. Okay. No problem. There is something down here, though. You want to go? You want to go? I'll take you on. Come here. Good job. Okay. I can't believe I'm not at level 4 yet. Or did I level up and just not know it? Let me check. I'll check after the loading screen. Nope, I have not leveled up. Oh. Necromancers, huh? There we go. There's level up. Yes. I found a spell Tome of Fury. Does that put me in a fury or my enemy into a fury?
Is someone there?
I'm here, Necromancer. I'll take your robes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the robes. The warriors charge and the I guess it's story time already, huh? Wow, there's a few books here. There's a few books here. Uh-oh. There's also a disenchanting table. Or, I'm sorry, an enchanting table that I'll be using for disenchanting. So, let's start with the robe. Okay. That should have given me more space, right? It did. I can now carry a lot more stuff now. Do I have any snacks? Because it's reading time. It's story time. Where's my snacks? Heck yeah. The Warrior's Charge, an old poem of the Red Guards. The stars sung far-flung tales, withered in the silver of York Dare Fair, of a warrior who, arrayed in the hue sails, his charges drew the serpent's snare. And the Lord of Runes, so bored so soon, leaves the ship for an evening's dare, purchases to wake to coiled snake, to take his shirt of scales to wear, and the Lady East, who eerie beasts, asleep or a prowl can rose a scare, screams as her eye, a light in the sky, a warn no goodly sight can bear, and the mailed steed adjoins the deed, not to the undone for his worthy share, rides the night towards scaly bright, leaving the seasoned warrior's care. Then the serpent rose and made steed to close, the targets laid plain and there, but the warrior's blade the snake unmade, and the charges wander no more, they swear. Cool story, bro. The Arcturian heresy. With his god destroyed, Ulfharth finds it hard to keep his form. He staggers out of Red Mountain to the battlefield beyond. The world has shaken, and all of Morrowind is made of fire. A strange gale picks up and blows his ashes back to Skyrim. Ulfharth adopts and is adopted by the Nords then. Ysmir and Greywind, the storm of Cain, but through Lork's hand, he lost his national identity. All he wants the Nords for is to kill the tribunal. He raises a storm, sends in his people, and is driven back by tribunal forces. The Dunmer are too strong now. Wolfhearth goes underground to wait and strengthen and reform his body anew. Oddly enough, it is Almaxia who disturbs his rest, summoning the Unbreaking to flight alongside the tribunal against Adasun Dir Kamal, the Akavir demon. Wolfhearth disappears after Adasum is defeated and does not return for 300 years. And it is the rumbling of the Greybeards that woke him, though. The Empire has crumbled. There are rumors that a chosen one will come to restore it. This new emperor will defeat the elves and rule a united Tamriel naturally. Wolfhearth thinks he is the figure of prophecy. He goes directly to High Hrothgar to bear the Greybeards speak. When they do, Ysmir is blasted to ash again. Oh, timer's going off. He is not the chosen one. It is a warrior youth from High Rock. As the Grey Wind goes to find his boy, he hears the Greybeard's warning. Remember the color of betrayal, King Wolfhearth. The Western Reach was at war. Culican, the king of Forgreth in West Cyrodiil, was in a bad situation. So make any bid of unifying the Calvian estates. He needed to secure his northern border, where the Nords and Richmond had been fighting for centuries. He allies with Skyrim at the Battle of Old. Heraldin, leading his forces, has Early Beards was from the island kingdom of Alkari in High Rock, and would be Tiber Septim, the first emperor of Tamriel. Okay, so we read a book earlier that Tiber Septim became a dragonborn as to keep the gates of oblivion from opening. Was a shrewd tactician in his small band of Calvian troops and Nord berserkers broke the Richmond line, forcing them back beyond the gates of Old. A siege seemed impossible, as could accept no reinforcements from Folkreath. That night, a storm came and visited camp and spoke with him in his tent at dawn. What is that word? Casualty? Is it casualty? Went up to the gates, and then storm followed just above his head. Arrows could not penetrate the winds around him. He shouted down the walls of Old Hurlden, and his men poured in after their victory. The Nords called this of Storm Crown. Cublicane, with his new invincible general, unifies West Cyrodiil in under a year. No one can stand before. Casualties storms the underbreaking, knowns that the casualty is to become Emperor of Tamriel. He must first capture the eastern heartland. Casualty uses them both. He needs Cubclane in the Colivane estates, where foreigners are mistrusted in the obvious. Why he needs Ysmir? They march on the east. The battle mages surrender before their armies, and they take the Cyrodiil before Cubclane can be crowned. Kachati secretly murders him and his loyalist contingents. These assassinations are blamed on the enemies of Cublicane, which, for political reasons, are still the Western Reach. Urin Arctis, the Grand Battle Mage, not the Unbreaking, then crowns Ugiti as Tiber Septim, new emperor of all Cyrodiil, after he captures the imperial throne. Septim finds the initial administration of a fully united Cyrodiil a time. Consuming task, he sends the Unbreaking to deal with imperial expansion into Skyrim and High Rock. Ysmir Mintfall, mindful that it might seem as if Tiber Septim is in two places at once, works behind the scenes this period of level-headed statesmanship and diplomacy. That this sudden silence heretofore known in the roaring tales of Talisian conquest are explained away later. The assassination story is embroidered. Now it is popularly Talos own throat that was cut. The human kingdoms are conquered, even Hammerfell, whose capture was figured to be an arduous task. The Unbreaking wants a complete invasion, a chance to battle their foreign wind spirits himself, but Tiber Septim refutes him. He has already made a better plan, one that will seem to legitimate his. Rule Cyrodiil supports the losing side of the civil war and are invited in. Finally, the Empire can turn its eyes onto the elves. The Unbreaking continues to press the Tiber Septim. The need to conquer Morrowind. The Emperor is not sure that it is a wise idea. He has heard of the Tribunal's power. The Unbreaking wants his vengeance and reminds Tiber Septim that he is fated to conquer the elves. Okay, how many pages are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 pages. Oh my goodness. Conquer the elves. The Tribunal Arctis advises against the move, but Septim covets the ebony in Morrowind, as he sorely needs a source of capital to rebuild Cyrodiil. After 400 years of war, the Unbreaking tells him that with the Tribunal dead, Septim might steal the Tribunal power and use it against the High Elves, certainly the oldest enemies of Lorkbin, predating even the Tribunal. Somerset Isle is the furthest thing from Tiber Septim's mind. Even then, he was planning to send Irin Arctis to the King of Eleanor to make peace. The Ebony needs wins out in the end. The Empire invades Morrowind, and the Tribunal give up. When certain conditions of the armistice include not only a policy of non-interference with the Tribunal, but also in the Unbreaking's eyes, a validation of their religious beliefs, Ysmir is furious. He abandons the Empire completely. This was the betrayal the Greybeard spoke of, or so he thinks. Without the Underking's power, all ideas of conquering Tamriel vanishes. Would have been nice, Septim thinks, but let's just worry about Cyrodiil and the human nations. Already there is a rebellion in Hammerfell. Pieces of Nomidium trickle in, though. Tiber Septim, always fascinated to the dwarves, has Irim Arctis research this grand artifact. In doing so, Articus stumbles upon some of the stories of the war at Red Mountain. He discovers the reason the Numidium was made and some of its potential. Most importantly, he learns the Unbreaking place in the war, but Irin Arctis was working from incomplete plans. Okay, so I'm almost out of space on my camera, so I'll have to end here, but I'm almost done with the story. I'll finish it in the next video, and I have 2 more books to read. Oh my goodness. Story time! Story time! So it's gonna be fun. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you're enjoying this Let's Play as much as I'm having fun playing it. And I'll see all of you next time.